there are times, like I did a show called Scream Test in 1999, and they got around 30 people, and when they were all put on a bus, and we had to go to different like to one location first to be checked to pick, and they ended up picking 20 people to go to four locations, and I was taken to Maitland Jail with four other people, and I got physically attacked there. I ended up with strangulation marks on my neck for 18 months after that. And
Wow.
it was really quite frightening, and it really taught me a lot. It was terrifying. Like, so we were taken there with a bag on our head, and we just we sat in a van for about an hour and a half, just pitch black with a bag on your head. So you were already frightened. You couldn't have a watch, couldn't have a phone. You just had to sit there in silence. They didn't tell us where we were going. And then suddenly they take us there, and I just thought, we're going to a jail. I just could feel it. Got, open the van up, pull us out with the bags on our head, take the bag off, and it's like, right, you're here. Welcome to hell. And we sort of went through, had to go through, and they lock us in all different cells for I don't know how long, because we didn't have a watch or anything. And when you're terrified sitting in pitch black in the dark, it seems like it could be an hour, but it could be 5 minutes. So, yeah, so it's like, oh. And you weren't allowed to film unless you had the light on. So we had an EMF tester, we had a temperature gauge, and a video camera. So what I thought, if I'm going to be smart, if I'm scared stiff in the light, sitting in the dark, I would film and have the light on. What they would do first, they'd throw you in the cell, lock you in there in the dark, play a video of all the horrible things that happened in the cell, then turn it off and just had to sit there. And so your imagination's starting to go crazy. But they also put fake noises and sounds in there. But I could hear psychically. So what they were doing and what was real with the ghost was completely different to what I was hearing. But I came out, like I said, I had those strangulation marks on my neck. I scratched on the face. I got thrown around. I had a lot of stuff happening. I could feel men urinating on me when I was in one certain area. I got, the strangulation. I felt like I was being lifted by the throat. I couldn't breathe. And then when I went back to the motel afterwards, because everybody else quit, they didn't make it through the whole night through all the cells. But I'm stubborn and maybe stupid, and I was not going to quit, so I got through it. But then I had to suffer the consequences. But it really made me understand that it's not all good stuff. And I think a lot of people love going to haunted locations and thinking, wouldn't it be fun for the ghost to show me, or for them to come home with me, or for them to give me proof? And you've got to be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it, and it's not
Well,
always pleasant.